All right, so today I want to get into our last little bit of data science, and as promised, I'm going to demonstrate some really cool ways to visualize your data. And the way we're going to kind of approach this is through the lens of a data scientist. When we're talking about data visualization is a really important part of telling the story of what the data is telling us. So when we're data scientists, we're looking at data and we're asking ourselves, what's the story here? What is it trying to tell us? And the other important role that a data scientist has often in most organizations or most jobs is taking that story and communicating it well to the people that work in your organization or sometimes even to the general public. And so visualizations are really useful for that, because if you start throwing statistical terms at the general public or even at most people who work in most organizations, their eyes are just going to kind of glaze over and they're just going to kind of tune out because most people aren't well versed in statistics. But if you show somebody a chart that illustrates the difference between two pieces of data or shows a relationship between two pieces of data, then they understand what that story is that you're trying to tell. And so that's sort of the context for what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to be using a library called Plotly. There are many libraries for visualization in Python. Plotly is my favorite. And there are a few reasons that Plotly is my favorite. One, it's super easy to use. Number two, every chart is massively customizable. You can decide literally everything on every chart, from line thicknesses to colors to layouts to size. You can show them on a mobile phone or on a desktop computer, and their resolution scales. They look nice. There's a million different chart options, and at the end of the class, I'm just going to run you through the Plotly website and show you some of the chart options that are available, because I won't be able to demonstrate them all today. I'm just going to go through a few basic kinds of charts and show you how those work and show you the code, just as a way of showing you, hey, this is super easy. The last thing that I really like about Plotly is that it puts everything into your web browser. All of the charts open up as a web page, which means you can save them, you can share them, you can screenshot them, and most importantly, you can interact with them. And I'm going to show you what I mean by interact with them in just a minute. But you can take a series of data, you can turn off and on different values. A lot of times you can rotate or zoom in on different parts of the chart. It's really, really cool. And it's much more interactive than what you're used to if you've made a chart in like Word or Excel or one of those. This just makes those look basic. And in fact, if I was going to do a presentation where I needed charts that looked really sharp, I would probably use Plotly rather than Excel to generate them.